Hey guys, so I wanted to briefly go over this report from researchers at Princeton, along with others, that was authored in 2024, titled, as you see on the screen, GEO, Generative Engine Optimization. Now, the goal of this report is to determine practical ways that websites can stay or become visible in large language models. And the report concluded that GEO optimization, which includes things like citing reputable sources, citing statistics, etc., could help boost a page's share of the generated answers by up to 40%. And so this is proof that so-called generative engine optimization, at least components of it, do work. And this report is from 2024. So obviously generative engine optimization, or what some would call answer engine optimization, or whatever you want to call it, has been evolving slowly but surely. So there are other components of GEO as well. But it's very important to keep in mind that content creation remains vital because organic search is still the single largest referral driver on the internet. And so if you opt out of organic search, you're essentially surrendering the biggest free channel for visibility and brand building. And we know that many websites are currently seeing traffic dips due to people using these LLMs to, answer their questions, due to people not scrolling through Google like they used to, etc. However, those traffic dips are more so for top of funnel content. And at the end of the day, people still need to purchase goods and services. And that's why LLMs, or, these chat bots, these AI bots that people are using, have higher conversion rates when people come to your website through those particular LLMs. It's very essential that we create, or that businesses create, not only top of funnel content, but focus on the middle and the bottom of funnel content and optimizing your website for AEO or GEO, and also for standard SEO as well, because standard SEO practices are still relevant. Now, with that being said, I'll just briefly go over here the results of this particular study. It kind of gives you a visual of how LLM searches work. So you search the query, as I've spoken about in previous videos. The particular query is reformulated into a into subqueries or to other related queries. And then the search happens based on those particular queries, searching for the relevant documents. Then it retrieves those relevant documents, and more specifically, portions of those relevant documents that it feels are most relevant. And then it combines all of this information into the answer that it's going to give you and gives you the output. Now, let me scroll down to the results. And so essentially, here are the results of the study. And of course, all of the numbers are normalized. That's why you see 20 is about the average. But you can see here, so it says word position overall, et cetera, et cetera. Now, word, that refers to the portion of words in the AI generated response or answer that came from your particular content. And you can see with no optimization, it has 19.5, keyword stuffing, unique words, etc. But you can see the highest amount came from documents or web pages that had statistics, quotations, site sources, fluency optimization, technical terms, etc. You can see the position. So, where is your particular website quotation or content mentioned in these answers? And you can see that the documents that have statistics, quotations, etc., are mentioned more. And then obviously both of these are combined, and you see the overall score here. And then you have various other criteria. Everything is averaged out here. And just to read the results here briefly, it says here, the results reveal that our GEO methods consistently outperform the baseline across all metrics on GEO Bench. This shows the robustness of these methods to varying queries, yielding significant improvements despite query diversity. Specifically, our top performing methods, cite sources, quotation addition, and statistics addition, achieved a relative improvement of 30 to 40% on the position adjusted word count metric and 15 to 30% on the subjective impression metric. So this is just one example of a study that proves that GEO does work, that content, that websites, that web pages can be optimized to be more retrievable in these LLM searches. All right, take care.